talk about a man who's always at work. It's time to spend a little bit of time with Steve Clark as we go inside the game, finally talking some college football results. Mr. Clark, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Ron, and good morning, Pat. Look, the big Bo Schembechler, the head coach at the University of Michigan, told his players one year, we do not take Labor Day off because it's Labor Day, and we will labor. We will labor out on the practice field. But you know what? The theme of today, everybody, is the fact that Dave is doubly happy.
Oh, my
And because
goodness.
his Ohio State Buckeyes beat the number one ranked Texas Longhorns 14-7, and Alabama lost.
Amen to that, baby. Yeah. Doubly happy. You're right
Dave
there.
is feeling it today.
Yeah,
Look, it's an overreaction Monday. It is week one in the college football season. We've had 8 months long of the same narrative being regenerated day after day and week after week. And then in week one, we had everything kind of turn upside down. And the first part of it is that some of the narratives going along with Ohio State went bye-bye. Matt Patricia's defense, nobody liked Matt Patricia in Michigan at all because he was a Detroit Lions head coach. His players didn't like him. The media didn't like him. The fans didn't like him. He couldn't win and was replaced by Dan Campbell, who's led them on to winning ways. So nobody in Michigan thought Matt Patricia could lead an Ohio State defense. Wow. After week one, they were all over the place on Ohio State's Arch Manning. And you want to talk about another long narrative about the Heisman Trophy favorite. I mean, to tell you how big this guy was, the number one player in the country as a prospect in the class of 2023, Dr. Pepper was making commercials about him not playing in college football. I mean, remember backup with Deputy Quinn Ewers, the backup call for backup.
Yeah, right.
Everybody clamored for Arch Manning. They saw Arch Manning in Columbus, and they're like, "Where's Quinn Ewers?"
Yeah, right.
Hey, Steve, I heard, and is it true? I heard there were more commercials of Arch Manning than he had completed passes.
I forgot
to count.
Have to look that one up, but that might be true.
Because I forgot to count it. Yeah, I didn't count the commercials or the completed passes, but that came up afterwards.
They just got him for the promo value.
Yeah, I know. It was sad. Well, I know not sad for Dave, but man, such hype.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I was glad to see that one go down.
When it's all said and done, Arch Manning lost the Heisman Trophy in week one. Ohio State's probably not going to be challenged until November 1st until they host Penn State. So you Buckeye fans could just sit back and relax in your lounge chair and have another Schlitz and enjoy your football out there. Meanwhile, Alabama is a mess, losing to a 2-win team from last season and loses its opener for the first time since 2007. Alabama was a double touchdown favorite in this one and lost big. And you want to talk about narratives once again. The Florida State quarterback said a couple of months ago, they don't have Nick Saban to save themselves from me and Florida State. A 2-win football team and their quarterback said that was the talk and the butt of jokes for 2 months, and he backed it up and cashed the check.
They're calling him Joe Namath the second now. There you go.
And then last night, Notre Dame nearly pulling off the 14-point fourth quarter deficit behind redshirt freshman and local Saline, Michigan quarterback C.J. Carr. Had his debut, and, it was a bit up and down at him for times. But for the most part, he really showed some things that you would not see from a true freshman quarterback, including scrambling 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage before firing his first touchdown pass of his NCAA career. Again, almost led that comeback, and that would have been something to see for sure.
He just seemed to be under pressure so much more than what the Florida quarterback was. I always felt like Carr was always scrambling or getting nailed or somebody was coming at him quick. I felt bad for him. I thought this guy isn't getting enough time to show us his stuff. Now this
Well,
is
I
from a
think he's
very,
going to, Pat, that's a good observation, and I think you're going to see plenty of good headlines for CJ
Yeah.
Carr coming up the rest of his way. And how about showing his family too, especially his
oh
mom, who's
yeah,
such an amazing individual.
yeah,
Leading the Chad Tough Foundation, uh, raising millions of dollars to support and get rid of DIPG, terminal brain cancer for children. So she's
yeah.
quite a story in herself.
Hmm.
Michigan wins over New Mexico 34-17 under the debut of the number one prospect in the country in 2025. But Michigan is traveling to Oklahoma to play in primetime next week with College Game Day in Norman, which means it's kind of considered the game of the week in college
Yeah.
football.
Yeah. And that was a big game, too, so to beat New Mexico like that. Now, Steve, have you been following the U.S. Open at all?
I have. I started playing tennis again recently.
Hmm.
Not that I'm any good at it. I can't hit topspin on a ball whatsoever, but started to play some again for some fun. And then, of course, that leads into more viewing and watching for me. Enjoy watching the men's and the women's.
You
And the
can play. Doesn't
quarterfinals
your
are coming up. A big one between Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka is coming on later this morning at 11:30.
I can't believe don't your knees kill you? Because I loved tennis, but I just can't do it anymore because of my
I'm
knees.
lucky so far, Pat. I know what it means. I mean, your joints, what it could be your
Yeah,
elbow, your shoulder, your knees, your
yeah,
your ankles or whatever.
yeah.
Father time catches up to you in these type of sports, but I do enjoy it.
Well, I play
Well,
tennis every single day, and as long as the app is free, I will continue.
I
Now,
love it, Ron.
I want to
Ah,
circle
just
back around to football real quickly, Steve. Michigan State playing this past weekend, getting their first W, playing one of our local teams here in Toledo next week. Actually, this week, Friday, playing Bowling Green, and Toledo giving an SEC team, Kentucky, all they could handle as well.
Toledo's going to be one of those teams that's going to be a factor in the Mid-American. A fairly good showing against them. The SEC kind of taking a little bit on the heels. Michigan State looked improved after their week one solid win over Michigan State 23-6. Their problem was a lot, well, they have a lot of problems, but the offensive line looked like something, at least against the caliber of Western Michigan, was certainly opening up some holes in this one. And we're all expecting Aiden Childs to be a much improved second-year starting quarterback. A lot of talent, good throwing arm, and can scramble with his leg.
Yeah, and they've got Boston College coming up this Saturday. So the competition increases a bit. Thank you, Mr. Clark. The fun has begun. College football underway, and nobody giving us better information than Steve Clark. It's a little something we call Inside the Game. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, everyone.